Good morning. Welcome to Style Your Spirit, where I give you simple design tips that create big shifts. I'm Toan Lam. It's like Antoine without the N, so it's Toan. So I just finished an amazing, one of the actually the most amazing morning meditations. I use an app sometimes called Meditation Timer, and no, actually, it's called Insight Timer. I'll put that in the link below. But essentially, today's was all about mindful breathing by spiritual teacher and Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh. And the idea was today about mindful breathing. And to do mindful breathing, he talked about making an appointment with life. How amazing is that? And I never thought about it that way, but I do talk about morning routines, and I've talked about my morning meditation routines in the past. So the design tip today is all about creating a space. I've talked about that before, but what do you mean by creating a space, and who has time to create a space sometimes, right? Especially if you're running around and busy. So one of my other Buddhist monk friends said that she likes to, well, she does Buddhist meditation. She's not a Buddhist monk, but her name is Celeste. She says she likes to just stare at a wall. So sometimes if you have a blank wall like that, maybe you could just sit on the ground and just look at the wall. Especially for people who are ADD or are like super busy or super distracted, I should say. Or it's like, oh my God, squirrel, light. Or you could also just stare into, like I have these beautiful IKEA. They're IKEA, the Aina brand, I think, linens, and I could just stare at that sometimes. But my other favorite place to stare at, I live in this old Victorian San Francisco, and if you look at that, I have a view of Koi Tower. So sometimes I just sit here up on my couch like this, grab my cup of tea, light my candle here, and just be. So these are the three things that I got from his meditation. Meditation today on Insight Timer, the app, and I'll put that in the blog in just a bit. So he talks about making an appointment with life, and so that's the idea here. Every morning, whether you're super busy, sometimes I have a big day planned, so I just do 10 deep breaths and I'm done. Sometimes I go on this Insight Timer, sometimes I go on YouTube. I can put a couple of resources below in the blog to kind of guide you to some of the favorite guided meditations that I have. And sometimes I just feel like sitting in silence. Remember, there's really no right way to meditate as long as you make time for it. So it's about being mindful enough to make an appointment with life every morning. He says, I'm taking notes here, thanking God for the eyes that let us see the magic in nature and the trees and the connection in people in our path every day. So that's what you're thinking about, or not thinking about, but that's kind of like the energy that you're letting come through as you breathe in and out. And the thoughts, it's okay if the thoughts come. I used to think, oh my God, like thoughts, I need to let them go, and that would stress me out more. But it's okay to have these thoughts and thinking, being in gratitude for your eyeballs that allow you to see all the beauty in the world, and your heartbeat or whatever it is, and just letting it be, and it'll just float away as it should. Second thing here, these are my three takeaways. We often think we need to die to be in heaven, he says, but we've got it all wrong. He says instead, we need to be alive and in the now and making choices that nourish us while we're living. And he talks about how if our minds are busy, we're not here in this present moment enjoying this, which is a slice of heaven, being able to breathe, being able to spend time with people we love. And how many times do you feel like you're not necessarily there on the beach relaxing? Instead, your head is in an email that you need to send, and you're not being present for your family, your friends, or the people that you're with, and not being present for yourself. And the third thing is that he says meditation and breathing is a way to calm your mind and letting the thoughts go, which really starts with making an appointment with your life and making an appointment with life. So my big question today is, are you making an appointment with life? That's big. So I hope this inspired you to take a little bit of time every day just to do you and be you, because that really is what your spiritual practice is. And creating simple little corners in your everyday life, in your house. It could be in your room. It could be staring at a blank wall. It could be looking at a curtain or looking out the window or staring at a plant. that's a simple way to just sit and be and make an appointment with yourself every day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, sharing is caring, so please share, and namaste.